Are we going? Finally.
Yes? Yes?
got a special serum ready to be delivered to the fort's air circulation system. Wipe out all mutants that come in contact with the mist. That includes you and mercenary army. When you meet that bugbear piece of work, you give him a real sweet kick in the teeth for me. Tell him his rent is up.
Intruder! Die!
Your blood.
So, you finally come to face your fate in the Father's Den. I've watched you fight across the fields. Now that you are here, I have a confession. I do not wish you to fail. You have helped me escape Hell's Dragon's lair, and now I wish to help you. I will assist you in defeating the Father. The Father has become maddened by the Enclave's meddling. He is a pale ghost of the Master. I do not wish my people to fall for such a beast. Help me free my kin, and I will help you. Go now. I will help you brush aside the Father's minions. Maybe one day we will have a true leader among the super mutants, but it will not be him.
Stop where you are, human. Don't come any... Wait. What is that scent you carry? Is it really you? It cannot be. How fortuitous. My lost child has returned in our hour of need. The Slayer of the Master, the Echo of Ages. I could hardly believe my eyes. But then again, only you could slay so many of my new generation of super mutants. Only the lost one could be so... superior. Yes, you are exactly as I remember, Vault Dweller. The day you accidentally shattered the Unity. I shall revel in your final destruction.
No.
Kira. Watch the big one. I'll keep her safe.
want. All of it.
Yeah! I'm gonna teabag your giant oversized nasal cavity. Fuck you, fuck bear. Suck it!
We have won a great victory, friend. It seems you, like I, have found your true calling. I am honored to fight beside you. You may contain the remnants of the Demon King, but you are my friend. Whatever shreds of him linger in you, your honor holds at bay. Let us go now and find the evil that began our quest. We drive the Enclave to the edge of the great beyond and send them to those that went before.
So that's it then. All this time, I'm a mutant freak just like you. I'm fake, barely human. Just a little embryo in a test tube and popped into some wasteland whore to carry. And you? You're the best of them. The only one they wanted. The Enclave invasion, the super mutants. It's all your fault. Everything is. No, it's more than that. We were supposed to be weapons. We ended up as discarded waste. I don't want to be that. I had parents. I'm a real person. Everything I ever dreamed of isn't a fucking lie. So that's it then? Just because we're built to destroy, it's all we can do? I survived those monsters in the vault for 20 years. I was broken. I was degraded. I escaped when given the chance just to get my hopes crushed and taken by raiders. I killed so many of them, but the blood isn't washing it away. Nothing can change this. I don't want to live with what I am. Where the hell are we supposed to go, Vault Dweller? Home? Back to the NCR? Back to the vault? They're all dead. There's nothing left for us but this. That freak was right. We're stuck like this. We were never anything different. It's over. Fine then. We'll go. We'll go save the damn world. It's not like you're capable of anything else. It's what you are. It's what you've always been.
This is the place. Get ready for anything.
I'm a human, but with an FEV-enhanced parasite in my body that makes me immune to radiation and disease. Basically, I'm a super mutant, just a little more compact. Just like you. Didn't you listen to what the Father had to say? He created you, cloned you.
When the Super Mutant Army found this place, they studied the parasite stored here and used it to create you, a clone of their oldest enemy.
Skeletal protrusions. The Project Brazil parasite uses my body like a vehicle. Most of the time, it's happy to just heal my injuries and keep me healthy. but it has a mind of its own. I took a bit of a beating on my way in here, and now it's protecting its host. The spikes are just the first phase. The real monster will take over in a few minutes. After that, I intend on using its rampage to kill anyone stopping me. Oh, I'm sure you are. Listen, you're a mutant. You have the same parasite in your guts as we do. Bragg and Chevy are the same. Now, are you going to help me, or are you going to die like the rest of them when I destroy this place? I'll do my best. We're not so different, you and I. I was supposed to live in Vault 18 too, but I got locked out the day the bombs fell. My father and I made it as far as I-15 when we got in a car wreck. That's when the nukes hit. We walked our way to Vault 18, but the door was already shut. We made it back down the mountain to the hospital as the fallout began to rain down. Everyone died there. Everyone but me. You've grown up in the shadows of events set in motion long before you were born. Weird corporations and military experiments, nuclear wars and politics. Some gross meat machine made you its trump card in a game you only just became aware of. It happened to me too. I was a senator's daughter. You probably remember his statue in the atrium of Vault 18. That was my father, Senator Andrew Aran. His friends called him Skulls. He had an experimental program with the Enclave meant to make people immune to radiation and disease. Project Brazil. It was their Plan B. In case the vaults didn't work out, they wanted a generation of people immune to the new plague and fallout. The super mutants were bulky and sterile. We were meant to be something different. Instead of transforming our whole bodies, they just wanted one unique organ. But it wasn't complete. The war was coming. The Enclave panicked, and so did my father. So I was implanted early, before they worked out all the bugs. The parasite, it doesn't just clone damaged tissue. It replicates your whole body. The early models made a beast like the father, and the master before him. It was a kind of cancer. The one I have almost worked as expected, except that every now and again, its desire to reproduce kicks in. It turns my body into a monster. The bone blades are first, then the super mutant form kicks in. The beast eats anything it can get its claws on, then uses that protein to make its clone. After that, the clone rips its way out of my guts. It has all my thoughts and memories, my face, my attitude, and then it runs off, thinking that it's me. Not exactly. I'm not sure what the father did to you. You may not go through the same transformation I do. He wanted to dip you in the vats. I don't know if you noticed while you were busy shooting them, but the mutants have a kind of cult. They worship the FEV. They dip everything in it. You've already met them all. Bragg and Chevy are my last clones. Not always. He was me once, until they tortured him, turned his mind against itself, and wrapped it up in a cult of shame and fear. They kept him locked away in a cell on the Poseidon oil rig for a decade, trying to turn him into the best soldier he could be. Eventually, they broke him, I guess. He boxed away my voice in his head and all my memories, made up a character to live inside. He's pretending. The propaganda and military jargon, it's just another role he plays. It's why they made him an infiltration expert. He's lying. He's been lying his whole life. It's all he is now, the lie and its consequences. He'll kill his way around the globe until there's no one left to call him on it. Unless you and I put a stop to it. Some, I'm sure, but not all of them. He can tell the truth from a lie. He just chooses to keep what matters most to him close to the vest. Thank you. Lead them on until the last minute. Then, attack. The nuclear missile they're preparing to launch will destroy their bodies down to the cellular level. We have to get them positioned beneath it.
Then, this will be over. No more resurrections, no more clones. You can be the last of our kind and walk away.
I have to go get ready. I can't hold off my transformation much longer. I'll meet you upstairs.
Stop right there, Vault Dweller. I've been preparing for your arrival since you left us for dead in that crumbling vault. I have to say, I'm impressed. When I met you, I would have never taken you for one of us. But after all you've done, it makes sense. You've carved a swath of destruction across California. You've done things even the Enclave thought was impossible. But now, it comes down to you and me. You'll be the one left to burn this time.
The Colonel and I were never vault dwellers. The Wasteland Scouts stole Project Brazil's mutant containment serum. They also had healthy adults and children to recruit for the Enclave's genetic purity program. Now there's nothing left of them, thanks to you.
You are Project Brazil. Or what's left of it. You're a product of the same virus that keeps John and I alive. That's what this fortress was built to contain. Or destroy it in case the experiment escaped West-Tech's control. They weren't expecting super mutants from another base to break in and steal it after the Great War. Or that they'd create you. We are the Guardians of the Enclave. Special commandos created to serve the President after the Great War. My father was a member of the government before it collapsed, and I was selected to receive an implant that filtered radiation and extended life. Now we're here to reclaim that technology and use the containment protocol to eradicate any creatures infected with the FEV in the wasteland. Which includes you. That is what you think. To you, the President is just a ghost story parents tell their children, but he's very much alive. In his defense, he's too wise to show himself to the public. Not yet. You'll never get a chance to know his true glory when we rise again. You're gonna die here. Shortly before we wipe the NCR off the face of the earth.
You have to drag Chevy's body under the jets of the missile up ahead. Hurry, before she...
Oh, looky here, if it isn't the little upstart from Vault 18. I've been looking forward to a second showdown with you. You killed 30 of my patriots. Their blood is on your hands. I bet you feel real proud traipsing across the wasteland. But your game is up. Now I have the home court advantage. Didn't your pappy downstairs tell you? You're just a Xerox of some dead guy he scraped off the kitchen floor. You're Project Brazil, the little parasite that could. You have the same experimental virus in your gut squirming around that we do. He installed one of the Enclave's top secret properties in you, and now the whole world is after your corpse. I was never fighting for your vault, moron. I needed the data the Wasteland Scouts had locked away on that mainframe about Project Brazil. The Patriots were a bonus. One of our own built that vault. I was trying to save his legacy. Unfortunately, one of those kids just happened to be you. Freedom is all well and good until it gets overrun with mutants and unions with no moral fiber. When freedom and democracy are in enemy hands, all that's left is to fight for righteousness and apple pie. We're gonna get this country back in check. We'll wipe it clean and clear of aberrants, then get Old Glory waving above this nation again. What in the hell are you talking about? I know exactly what I am. Good old American ingenuity is what's keeping me alive. Quit talking bullshit, maggot. I was created to subvert the aberrant element that infests this nation. You were talking to that Anaya Rand bitch, weren't you? She thinks she knows what I am, where I came from, but she has no idea what I've become. I'm a crusader against the weird. It's my one purpose in life, just like her daddy meant me to be. You know what the hell I'm thinking, do you? Then good luck guessing what I'm going to do next.
Dude, did you
deserve what
really
you
have
got.
to shoot him like that? Really?
You have to drag Chevy's body under the jets of the missile up ahead. Hurry, before she resurrects. It's the only way you'll be able to fully destroy her and Colonel Bragg. We were, a long time ago. She's one of my clones. The original one. The one that made me. She wasn't a bad person back then. She was just a scared little girl that had no idea why her daddy abandoned her. It was my fault. I was her first. I didn't remember who she was when I woke up, and Dad took me to Vault 18 instead of her. She went off to become the Enclave's weapon, changed her name to some old call sign. I ended up lost in the darkness of the Great War. And now it's over. I'm dead. I can't touch her. The thing inside me won't let me near her. It'd tear itself apart. It's some kind of defense mechanism. John was Chevy's version of my Jerry. The Enclave was probably experimenting on her when it happened. From what I can tell, they promoted him over her, probably because he's male. At least one of us will. Come on, Bragg is in the missile bay. Okay, we have one last thing to take care of. Get the missile ready. When the engines ignite, it'll vaporize Bragg and Chevy, and my mission is over. It's a TAC-5 MIRV. It has 5 warheads inside, one for each FEV storage facility across America, including this one. Project Brazil will be dead, for good. And so will all the others. Time for one last pre-war history lesson, kid. Project Brazil is just the number 2 facility where FEV was stored. Project America was Mariposa Military Base, which was nuked to high hell. Project China, Project Denmark, and Project England are in the Midwest, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. We get this missile airborne, Bragg and Chevy will be vaporized, then this nightmare is over. For me, at least. I'm going to go down there and make sure they can't distract you again. You stay here and trigger the launch protocol. Do you try to convince everybody they're worth saving? You work so hard to keep everyone alive. I'm just another face in the crowd. I'm not sad, kid. This is everything I ever hoped for. I'm just another monster in a world full of them. At least this way, I can help bury the last of my personal demons before I go. Good luck, kid. Get that missile in the air. I'll make sure they're beneath it.
God damn it! You punk-ass mutant bastard! You think throwing me down this hole is going to defeat me? I'm invincible, unkillable. The red, white, and blue flows through my veins. You may think you've seen the last of me stuck down this hole, but I will climb up there and kick your ass. You will never be rid of me. I will haunt your nightmares. I will fight you until America is free.
You made it back out. Everything inside that building dead? Good. What's going on with that bomb? They had another base? You're joking. Where the hell was it? Holy Hannah! And you actually managed to program the MIRV to hit them all at once? That's insane! If we can confirm your story, you have just saved the NCR from a far more deadly conflict down the road. That's incredible work. Really. Outstanding. Which makes this next part all that much harder. God, I'm sorry, kid. I hate to be the one to do this to you. NCR brass caught wind of what you are. They know what that mutant told you about Project Brazil living in your body. They know what you can do. Some of them wanted to put you in jail for what you've done, to take the fall for me. Others want to cut you open, but I've got an alternative. There's a military base up north called Navarro. It's an ex-Enclave holdout, one of the NCR's best research facilities. They need a new special agent, like you, a courier protecting vital packages on their way between secure facilities. I want you to head up there to Navarro with that launch key to the dagger point system you triggered. It may solve a problem they're having. You can take this new mission from me, or they put you away someplace dark. It's up to you. It's not up to me anymore, kid. I took it as far up as it'll go, right to the man at the top. He said no. He offered me only these 2 options to extend to you, out of courtesy to me. This is all I can offer. I'm sorry. So what'll it be? Go to jail, or take another mission on for me? Pfft, I'm sure it will. Now that we're tapped into the president's desk, you can charge whatever you want. I'm going to have to ask you to leave your companions behind for now. President didn't ask for them, just you. I'll make sure they're well taken care of and set up at some place nice. You'll be able to pay them a visit every now and again. I wish this had ended different. You deserve a break after all you've been through, but I have a feeling you'll hear that a lot. War never changes, kid. Come on, let's get a move on.
The war for California is over. While the embers of Fort Dagger Point still glow, the raider tribes are conquered by the NCR military. What few super mutants and raiders remain flee to the far corners of the wasteland. With Elsdragon dead and the Bishop family forced into retreat, the pass finally finds itself bathed in the tide of civilization. The local tribes are pacified, the land reclaimed, and the road to the Mojave is finally free for explorers to travel. The NCR soon discovers Hoover Dam and the long-lost city of glittering lights. Their next step is to invade the Mojave. They will continue to rapidly expand from Mexico to the far northern frontier, bringing an era of prosperity, however short-lived. As for you chose to launch Fort Dagger Point's missile array against the Enclave, destroying Fort Dagger Point's FEV reserves and crippling their operations across America. But they soon recover in the Far East and rise again to use their anti-FEV serum, secured by Colonel Bragg, to menace another hero from Vault 101. This act of courage wins you no friends among the NCR. General Silverman finds himself disgraced and exiled to the far northern frontier, where he is sentenced to serve out the remainder of his days alone in a desolate mist. You settle your remaining allies in the town of Hopeville. Not long after the town begins to prosper, the Fort Dagger Point key you kept with you all those years triggers the self-destruct on the town's arsenal of buried nuclear weapons. Your healing powers keep you alive, but slowly begin to wane after you crawl out of the newly created divide. Eventually, you settle on a job as a courier, carrying packages through the dangerous wasteland to get by. After picking up a unique platinum chip from a mysterious dealer, you find yourself brought to your knees in a graveyard just outside Good Springs.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do? Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. looking good so far. Most patients don't get out of bed after being shot and then move like they was in perfect control. You're unusual, I'll say that. All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out. Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway. Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.